I am still not ready to have an agent take over your computer and do things for you because there are way too many holes in all of this and way too many what ifs. Well, welcome back to Legal Marketing Minutes, where I share short bursts of current marketing news and advice. I'm your host, Nancy Myrland. If we haven't met, I'm a marketing and business development advisor, and I specialize in content, social, and digital media. All right, your time is valuable, so let's get started. Well, I want to bring something to your attention because it's getting a lot of media attention right now. It involves a new Agentic AI app called Clawdbot, and that's one word, and it's not related to Claude, the large language model from Anthropic. It's Clawdbot, Clawdbot. And I want you to understand why legal and business professionals need to be extremely cautious about tools like this. And if you listened to episode 41 of Legal Marketing Moments, I walked through what Agentic AI is and why it represents a shift from the AI that you might know of that assists you to AI that actually acts on your behalf. That's what makes it agentic. I'll link to that episode in the description so that you can get up to speed on agentic AI quickly if you want to. Well, this is the real world follow-up to all of that. Clawdbot is an open source agentic AI assistant that's gaining traction fast, particularly in developer and tech circles. And it's designed to run locally, meaning on your own machine, your computer, and it can be connected to powerful large language models, or LLMs, like ChatGPT or Claude or Perplexity or Copilot or Gemini or any of the others. And then it can take actions across all of your systems. And that's an important distinction. This isn't just a chat interface like you may have seen in ChatGPT. Clawdbot is designed to decide what to do next, then move independently through those steps. So it's on its own, interact with other apps, other environments outside of your computer, and then report back. And it was created by an independent developer and open source contributors. And because it's open source, which means any then coder or developer can contribute to it, to the code behind the scenes, because it's open source, the code is publicly available for anyone to inspect or modify. And that transparency is appealing in many contexts. But open source does not mean low risk. In fact, for regulated professions, it can introduce new concerns. Because Clawdbot is agentic, it raises the very issues I mentioned in a conversation I had on LinkedIn with Connor Grennan. And he was posting about Clawdbot and how it's, all of a sudden it's all the rage, or it's being talked about a lot. He wasn't necessarily advocating for it. In fact, we agree in many respects. But the comment that I left for him is something I decided I would share with you too. And I told him I'm not recommending tools like this to my legal clients, not because they aren't impressive and not because they aren't where AI is headed, but because bots and agents like this still need to travel a lot farther before they're safe for people whose careers depend on client confidentiality, accuracy, and professional responsibility, including obligations under the model rules of professional conduct. And when AI systems act autonomously, then the risk profile changes greatly. You introduce the possibility of prompt injection, where outside content can alter that agent's behavior unbeknownst to that agent. So unbeknownst to Clawdbot, one of these independent contributors could inject something into that prompt that is nefarious. It could also introduce the possibility of rogue or unintended actions taken without your awareness. It could also release or expose confidential client or matter information, and then decisions being made without the judgment or supervision that the profession requires. And those aren't just abstract risks. They're real-world professional responsibility issues. So here's the line I'm drawing right now. I am not recommending that legal and business professionals who care about confidentiality, I am not recommending that you cross into agentic AI tools like Clawdbot yet. At the same time, this is the moment to get informed. And what I strongly recommend instead is focusing on the everyday, the lower risk, strategically sound uses of generative AI tools that exist today. And these are the tools where you stay firmly in control, the ones that help you think more clearly, draft more efficiently, and analyze information without acting on your behalf. And that kind of experience today builds discernment so that it can help you recognize when agentic tools are finally ready for prime time in legal practice, not because they promise miraculous results, but because they meet the standards that the profession demands. Yes, the agents are coming. In many ways, they are already here. In fact, some are already building agents for the profession. I'm not saying they're bad. They're not. We're specifically talking about Clawdbot today, but this discussion will make you smarter even when you are looking at those. And I would say the smartest move right now is knowing where not to step while building your understanding that prepares you for what comes next. All right, please let me know if you have any questions or you need any help with this. If you're in a place where you can leave a comment, please do so. But you can also get a hold of me by email at nancy@myrlandmarketing.com. And that's MYRLAND marketing.com. All right, talk to you next time. Thanks so much for being here.